Well, the time for the finale has finally come. Am I ready for it all to end? I don't think so. I absolutely love this game. The, it gives you a full toolbox with nothing too over or underpowered. It says, go and have fun with it. Find whatever weird strategies you need to, but find a way through it. I pulled off strategies I don't think I could pull off in any other game, mainline, ROM hack, whatever. And I just love that this game lets that happen. I've loved Azure Platinum. I don't think I'm ready to say goodbye to it. And yeah, I actually got a mic for this one. It's not a very good mic. I am not at all prepared to be a streamer or content creator. I just grabbed whatever mic I thought would work, spent like an hour testing it, and I think the audio mixing is good. If it's not, I am sorry. But I think my favorite battle across this entire game is probably the Saturn fight at Lake Valor, where I use Swagger twice on his special attacking Bronzong, then use Power Swap on Girafarig, and then Baton Pass to Heracross. What other game am I pulling that off in? Like, there's hardly a way or a reason to. I just love this game lets you do stuff like that. Sorry. Which is partially why I decided to. Why is the game running so weirdly? Okay. I don't know what that's about. Why I decided to list everything from least battles to most battles out of everything I caught across the game. The box we're in right now, this is for those who never left the box. Most of them came to the party very late, like Scizor to Abomasnow were in like the last 2 gym badges. Wigglytuff, I just could not find a use for, unfortunately. Uh, there were 2 others that should have been in this box, Gallade and Espeon, but it's my fault they never got used, honestly. So they get to be in the runners-up box, I guess. Plus, they're pretty helpful in catching Pokemon. I'm sure that a lot of Pokemon were hardy-natured. Failed a lot of times when it mattered, though. But yeah, this box goes from Rampardos being in exactly one fight where it killed something 15 levels below it to Azelf being a major part of the late game, mostly due to knowing Detect. I had to use my Master Ball on it to get that one. It updated like the day I was going to record it, and I decided not to update it yet because I already had all my lines written out. And unfortunately, this update did remove Azelf Learning Detect, so is it an illegal move? I don't think so, because I had to use a Master Ball on it to avoid explosion, but yeah. Maybe shouldn't have had Detect for that one. But what can you do? But for the the Pokemon I use most across the game, you may notice that from this top row, from literally the second place position, someone's missing. I had to lower Skarmory's HP because it's going to the league today, and I needed to bait a very specific move on a very specific Pokemon. But for most of the game, Skarmory was actually the #1 spot before Aggron took over, I think, in the Lily of the Valley Rival Gauntlet, just because it was so good at taking Outrage and firing back with Ice Punch, as well as PP stalling Lucario. There are a lot of Lucarios in this game. Can I just say that? They all have the exact same set. That's honestly not a problem. It's a very hard to work around set. Why reinvent the wheel? if I had to give an MVP role to something, it would 100% be to Probopass. Like, look at the top 4. Probopass got me this, Probopass got me Skarmory, Probopass got me Bronzong, Probopass got me Magnezone, who carried the early game. Like, I barely used it at all at the second half, and it still gets to be in the top 5. Alongside Empoleon, Steel type that had nothing to do with Magnemite. I'm really surprised that, like, Infernape, who I've consistently heard is one of the top 5 best Pokemon in this game, if not top 1, is sitting down here at top 15, lowest of all 3 starters. And that's not even because I got it last, I don't think. Like, I didn't use Empoleon until, like, after Gardenia, and it still got this high. I think Torterra and Staraptor are actually tied, but because I got Torterra later, I decided to put it in front. But who am I bringing to the league today? You may notice because Giratina is level 100. Of course I'm bringing it. I think all 3 people who have beaten the game brought Giratina. I think I'm going to have it play more of a support role across the game. Across today. Or at least the league. I don't know how many kills it's going to secure, but it is the backup, it is a support role, but it is still a hell of a good role to fill. As shown by everyone using it. And, like, in preparation for the league, I made, like, a 10-page document going over how well everyone, all 70 of my Pokemon did against every member of the league. Multiply 70 by 25, that's how many matchups I had to look at and write about. Most of them were just not very good. Like, that's what I wrote, not very good against X. But I prepared so much for League, so it looks like I'm using Pokemon that are used a lot. There's a reason. They are just used against League. I think Skarmory's only been brought once, now that I think about it. Toxicroak has been brought to my knowledge twice, but I'm going to be the 3rd one to bring it to the League. I don't know about being brought to League versus being champed in the League. I've only watched the champed logs. Excuse me. But Toxicroak was just so good in the League. It fares well against Lucian, fares well against Bertha, fares well against especially Aaron. It can sweep Aaron. It will not be that good for longer once Azplat Redux comes out and Dry Skin no longer has its Dry Skin bug. And the fact that both of these 3 are also in the top 15 shows that I know how to use them. I've used them a ton. But there's actually a Pokemon I have not used at all that I'm going to be bringing to the League. Any guesses on who it is? It's Lapras. Lapras has been champed exactly once, I think. And mine managed to get Hardy Shell Armor, which is very good. I was going over things this morning, and I think there's a few moves I might need to teach it before the League. Realized there are a few backup areas I had not planned for that I could 100% cover for, just in case I needed to steer. Might have to teach a few new things before then, but let's finish out the list of who's going to the League. I'm not bringing Aerodactyl because, frankly, I found a Pokemon that's just better Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl's main niche is one-shotting Flint's Infernape. If you land the don't miss the 120 chance for Fly to Miss. It requires Power Herb as well, so you can go Wide Lens. Crobat does not have that weakness. Crobat not been brought to the League yet, but that's because update for it, excuse me for hitting my mic there. The update for it that gave it Brave Bird, which just unlocked so much of its capabilities, was only just released, like I mentioned earlier. And it's now a hell of a good E4 mod. Like, you will see once I actually get things going, assuming I don't lose to, like, Aaron, which, decent possibility for that to happen. I think Aaron is, like, my 3rd cleanest line, though. But the final Pokemon I'm bringing to the league is someone that has not been brought before. And I feel like it sums up the entire journey that I've had. Just ever since I got Probopass in Orberg City, I have been just duping again and again and again. Everything was just getting dupes for this one specific Pokemon you're not really supposed to get. It's a 1% encounter in a few places. But even going for Aerodactyl, which I thought would be an E4 bring, I decided to catch Walrein in Iron Island instead of going for Aerodactyl, which meant that I got Jinx in, what's the place called? Lake Acuity, which was the final dupe I needed in order to get my sure chance at Tyranitar. It's not a sure chance, it's like 50-50 between it and Gengar. Honestly, going up to the league, Gengar probably would have been better. I don't know how Gengar actually fares within the league. It's probably got a few gimmicks. I can PP stall a few things. Like, during main game, it was getting mogged by Dustox, and I didn't even get Dustox that early. It was like Pastoria. But Tyranitar is going to be the star of the show today, and my entire journey was just getting Pokemon that were dupes for it. God, I could tell a story about every single one of these Pokemon. There's just so much I have to say about my entire journey, but I don't want to waste anyone's time. I'm surprised I only had 5 deaths. I should have had more. Like, Torterra should have died to the Slowking trainer right before Celestic Town. Crobat, even if only one roll killed, I think just forgetting that Primeape could go for Stone Edge. Crobat probably should have died against that Primeape. I think I even said I didn't plan for Crobat to be used that much more in that episode, and now I'm bringing it to the league. Yeah, I should have had so many more deaths than I did, but everything turned out okay. Why is the music so slow in here? What's going on? What is going on? I'm gonna have to restart. What? It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I need to teach you new things. I need to teach you Avalanche. To teach you Thunderbolt. Get Safeguard for now. I did not have performance issues before. What's going on? Whatever. I don't think I need Earthquake for the first 8, so I can forget it for now. This is exclusively for Aaron. Am I ready? I don't know. Everyone looks ready. Let's just do it. I need to stop stalling. You know, this guy doesn't actually check how many badges you have. In some games, they do actually check badges. In this one, they do not, because... Very smart idea. You need all of the badges to get through Victory Road, so no real need to check. I think in Gen 3, they need to check for specifically Winona's patch, so that's the only one they check. Since the only HM that unlocks is Fly. Do I have everything? Plenty of healing items. Yep. Plenty of berries. They say going over the thousands. Do I have the 5 health items I needed? When I get there? Any minute now? Here they are. Yeah, I have everything. And let's just do it. Yeah, see, performance issues just ended. Alright. This fight should be pretty easy. Armaldo, excuse me, only sees kill with liquidation. It never goes for stealth rocks, always goes for exactly liquidation. So I'm going to use Bulldoze. Those to just become faster than it. I don't think there's anything I could use besides like Poison Jab that would bait Drapion to switch in, but just in case. Some weird switch AI thing I didn't read about. If you are faster, Henry never pivots out. Drain Punch. And that's one down. And now Drapion. At this HP, Drapion always goes for specifically Earthquake. So I switch to Skarmory. And at this HP, since I've lowered it, Drapion can only go for Aqua Tail. Never Crunch, never Earthquake, never Swords Dance. So I switch back to Toxicroak. And we just PP solve for 10 turns. Great way to start off the league. This is 2. This is 3. This is also 3. This is 4. Counting on my hand if anyone's curious. This is 5. This is also 5. This is 6. This is 6. 7. This is also 7. This is 8. Thrilling gameplay right here. This is also 8. This is 9. This is 9. And if I didn't count incorrectly, this should be 10. This should still go for Earthquake. Okay. And this is 10. And now we can actually go back to playing. My hands are clammy. God, I'm nervous. I think 1 crit is fine. It should always go for Sword Stance here. I think 1 crit is fine. Crunch defense lower into crit might cause some problems. Just to make sure it doesn't switch to Ludicolo here, I'm using Rock Polish. Oh god, that could cause some problems. Please do not crit. I am begging you. Ugh. Do not get crit, Tyranitar. You can crit. That is fine if you do it. And you did. Lock the fuck in. I need to check something. This does not matter, but I want to check regardless. -1 defense. Stone Edge does 256, or it might use Stone Edge here. That should not be a problem. In fact, it might be a good thing. Yeah, this could be a good thing that's going for Stone Edge here. I gave it Charty Berry. It's going for close combat. We're fine. Crit Stone Edge never kills. And sometimes baits liquidation from what's going to come in. And we go for Hurricane. That's a really cool animation. It's probably like Twister with the background of Aeroblast or something like that. I think Scald is Hydro Pump with the background of Sacred Fire for a similar reason. I don't know. I don't think crit kills here. But if it crits, it might cause some problems. There's going to be like 3 times across the entire E4 where I need to be worried about Stone Edge critting. This is the first time. But I'm going for it regardless. Actually, how much does crit Stone Edge do to... Oh, a lot, never mind. Yeah. Toxicroak. All I can say is don't get crit. It's fine if you do. I'm just gonna have to steer. Oh, it baited liquidation. Did not know it was at a % to do that. That is good. Now we go for Power Punch. Because nothing in the back resists fighting, it won't switch. That is fine. That's fine. There's actually a problem with the damage calc for this that I only realized when watching other people's VODs. Damage calc says Scizor comes in next. It's actually Ludicolo because the calc is taking Dry Skin into account. The game is not. And of course, Kabutops can only go for Liquidation because Dry Skin. has not noticed that Dry Skin is a water immunity, so it sees no reason not to use water-type moves into it. Now I can get my last Power Punch off. Now I go for Drain Punch. Alright. And this should be GG. And that's Aaron. Aaron's down. The easiest of the E4 members for sure. He's the freebie of this game, I guess. He will not be once Toxicroak loses Dry Skin, but though. Okay. I remember I have to check my notes here to see what. Why the performance issues here? What? There's nothing in here. I'm moving on my menu because this is annoying to listen to. Yeah, right. What moves do I need to know? Taunt, Fake Out, Sucker Punch, Drain Punch, and I can heal up here. Okay. Fake Out. Reminder. What item do I need to give you? I need to give you the Black Belt. Give everyone else a Citrus Berry, I think. We need to give Crobat a Yachi Berry. To teach Crobat Hidden Power for the 1% chance that I have to use it. To teach Skarmory Icy Wind. Is Icy Wind the best choice now that I think about it? Probably, yeah. No, Strength is probably the best choice, isn't it? Hold on. Oh yeah, it's 100% Strength. Honestly, actually, no. There is a better move than both those. Why? How am I forgetting the most obvious choice? need to teach you some new moves, yeah. To teach you Aura Sphere. And I need to teach you Shadow Claw. Lastly, I need to teach you Does everyone have the right moves? Setup? Sets, I mean? I'm not setting up against this guy. I'm going to use like one setup move. Okay, I'm feeling oddly drowsy. I'm gonna have to go turn on the lights in here. Hold on. Give me a sec. I think when I put my headphones down, I'm using a headphone mic because I don't really have many other options. I accidentally hit the pause button. And now I'm extra nervous. So many things go wrong. Bertha was by far the hardest fight for me to plan around. I know that I probably could have found a way around it with Porygon Z. I know Porygon Z can sweep this fight, but that usually requires adaptability, and mine had download. And that alongside its low special attack meant that in order to get the most out of the fight, I would need to have Skarmory go for Metal Sound and then land 3 spikes on the opponent's side of the field before Seismic Toss dealt too much damage to it. And I could not find a way to do that. Sure, I could have Crobat use Defog to ensure Metal Sound landed, then switch to like Blissey to Sing, but if it got the one-turn Sing, I was just screwed. So the one-turn sleep, I mean? Yeah. Swapping Blissey out for Lapras was actually the very last play I made. Originally, this was going to be Blissey. But Lapras was more useful. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry I keep checking their movesets. I just need to make sure I have everything. And Bertha time. I can understand why there's performance issues in there. Clefable, please do not use Seismic Toss. Please go for Stealth Rock. Protect is also fine. Alright! Now we heal back the Sandstorm damage with Drain Punch, which also breaks Trample. heal back up. Good HP. HP on Toxicroak is so important for this fight. So important. Gliscor always goes for Earthquake here. Ideally, I should swap to one of my 2 flying types. No, I'm actually swapping to Lapras. Earthquake. Because of Shell Armor, never gets crit. Ideally, Gliscor goes for Sword Stance here. It might go for Earthquake, never goes for Thunder Fang. But I'm going for Ice Beam. Damn it. That complicates things. Those are both high rolls too, weren't they? No, they weren't. Okay, this makes things difficult because if I'd gone for Sword Stance, Tyranitar would only see kill with Stone Edge and maybe Crunch. I think it now sees kill with Earthquake, which makes a switch to Toxicroak not free. Not free. Yeah, 100% sees kill with Earthquake. So I'm gonna have to switch to Skarmory to take a hit. I did not know Stone Edge crit killed there. Okay, I thought it just had high enough defense. Oh god. Can I dodge a second Stone Edge crit? I'm gonna fucking need to. Please, do not get crit. Okay, okay. Now I can go for Drain Punch. With Black Belt, always kills. Skarmory always goes for Brave Bird. So I'm going to switch to Tyranitar. Don't crit, but it's fine if you do. Okay, okay. Leftovers. There's like a 75% chance it goes for Spikes here, and a 25% it goes for Brave Bird. Please go for Brave Bird. Spikes is fine, but it can complicate things later in the fight. Damn it. Alright, Tyranitar. Critter flinch, please. A critter paralyze me. Oh, Spikes. I was expecting Whirlwind there. Yeah, that makes things a lot easier, actually. And now Swampert, who always goes for Earthquake. So I switch to Banamping. Now, I use Giga Train to burn the Rindo Berry, and I have Yachi Berry for Ice Beam. Alright. Give me a second to do a bit of math. There's 2 layers of spikes up, that is 1/6 of the 1/6 HP. 118. 370 divided by 6. 61. Just over half. 370 divided by for sandstorm damage times 0.625 23. Okay. Lapras will have 34 HP after all the residual damage. How much damage does Ice Beam do to it? A crit Ice Beam will kill. Okay. Awesome. This makes things difficult. Most rolls of crit Ice Beam on Crobat after Giga Drain won't actually kill. That's surprising. Plus, Crobat itself might crit. I think Giga Drain is the safest play. And it goes for Stealth Rocks. Okay. I knew that was a possibility as well. Unfortunately, I don't think Toxicroak has enough HP to deal with Alakazam. Alakazam always goes for Psychic here, so I switched to Zillislab. $187. Does that bait Energy Ball? No. It is 9 HP away from eating Energy Ball. Which means that Vast Shadow is the correct swap. Now, Vast Shadow, please, for the love of everything, do not get crit. Okay! That's Bertha. That's the hard one. Oh my god. That's the hardest member of the E4 for me. Okay. That's 2 down. I had to dodge so many crits. I don't even think I was likely to win that one. To be fair, it's very dependent on how good Toxicroak is. Why the fuck the performance issues? There's nothing in here! Move reminder. Toxicroak doesn't really have a use for the rest of the E4. Besides being a sack, I guess. I only need to dodge one more Stone Edge. I've dodged... I should have dodged, should have dodged 2, but I've dodged 3 so far. And none of them have missed. That's the weird part. it is less likely for it to land 3 stone edges than for me to dodge all 3. Well, I guess the Kaboot Hops didn't go for stone edge, went for liquidation, so I still. Let's not give it the wrong. Where is it? I know I had plenty. Shardy. Crobat is going to be the team player of this fight. Like, this is the Crobat and Lapras show. This is where they finally get to show off what they can do. With some help from a few others. Some backup plans, mostly. Normally, my plan was to switch back to Toxicroak and go for Fake Out into Sucker Punch, but with 2 layers of spikes and Stealth Rocks, and me getting that initial high roll on Blissey, not Blissey, on Clefable, it meant the high roll on the Chople Drain Punch. Normally it's better for me to low roll that one and then high roll the second one, or any roll the second one, to heal the most as possible, but I was too high. I was at too low HP. Especially after Stealth Rocks and Spikes, that I could not survive Focus Blast into 2 turns of Sandstorm with Stealth Rocks and Spikes. So I had to risk Giratina. Change up the moveset a bit. Giratina absolutely has the most moveset changes per not getting fucking used in the slightest. It has been taking such a backseat until Alakazam. And the thing is, it's not going to be much... It's absolutely going to be useful, but the only time it ever scores kill is if something else goes wrong. Additionally, if Gliscor didn't use Earthquake, the second Earthquake into Lapras, I could just switch immediately to Toxicroak. But instead I had to switch into Skarmory, which means that I couldn't switch through Skarmory on Swampert's Ice Beam. Which, yeah, that's a problem. Usually I'm supposed to switch through Skarmory into Giratina to Energy Ball. What move am I looking for? Oh yeah, it's Move Tutor. It's the first one? No, not Mud Slap. Not yet. The wrong fucking... Okay. Okay. I need to give you a Lumberry. It's not you. You a Citrus Berry. And also I need to move Tutor. This is also a just in case thing. This Fire Punch might be the better. Nah, it's not. I'm nervous, okay? That's why I'm making these mistakes. I did not expect to make it this far, especially after that disaster of a fight. So much went wrong there. You're not supposed to be citrus. Why did I give you a citrus berry? You're supposed to be Kasib, I think it's called. Kasib. Kasib. I don't know. What is... Most berries are based off of something. What is this based off of? Like, you know there's the Payapa berry that's obviously based off of papaya. This is literally just called a citrus. Figgy, take a wild guess. Do I have everything right? As right as they can be. One more crit to dodge. Only one more. I need to check again. I'm just nervous, man. Everyone's right where they need to be. Let's just do it. If I can get through this one, the rest of the league is, like, riskless. Crobat, always outspeeds Infernape, always kills with Brave Bird. Stealth Rocks never go up. And Brave Bird also does just enough to put me into Fire Punch range from Rhyperior. Crobat, I am begging you one last time. You can dodge Stone Edge, you can land a crit yourself, but whatever you do, do not get crit. Please. 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 Fire Punch? No burn! Holy sh... Okay. Giga Drain. That's good health. Okay. Gengar time. Does Gengar see Shadow Ball or just Thunderbolt? It does not really matter. That's the honest truth of it. I'm just curious. Thunderbolt is 234. It sees the... Wait, what? It's looking for Shadow Ball. No, it does not see Shadow Ball. But regardless, I switch through T-Tar. Don't get paralyzed. It's fine if you do. I just have to steer. Not steer, but it makes it harder to steer. Let's put it that way. No crit, no para. Fuck. Always goes for Focus Blast. So I switch to Vast Shadow. Never uses Explosion on a Ghost type. Never uses Explosion when it sees Kill either. No crit? Perfect. It lives on Focus Sash. It's gonna go for Shadow Ball here. Which means I switch back to T-Tar. Fishing with my zipper if that's coming through. I don't know if it is. Spit up drop. Doesn't change anything, does it? No, it doesn't. Right? Thunderbolt is 149 at -1 Spit F. Okay. We are still good. It is still always Focus Blast. It also didn't activate Citrus. That's what I'm a bit annoyed about. Which means always Focus Blast, so I switch back to Crobat. Critical hit. Just to make sure this isn't a make or break scenario, right? Nah. I can just use Super Train. No extremely specific HP ranges. Now, since Blaziken sees kill on Crobat, Great Bird always does 99 damage to Crobat. I can just kill it. A crit did not matter. Now Flygon. This could be whatever. I switched to Lapras. I don't think it's U-turn, actually. Fire Blast. Don't get burned. Okay. Now I go for Avalanche. Thank you, Donut, for the strategy. I would not have thought of it. Never gets crit. It does not matter if this is U-turn or, does not matter if this is... Actually, I think it's better if it's U-turn. Earthquake, that's fine too. Yachi Berry. It lives. But I have Ice Shard. And now, Venusaur. This Venusaur actually knows Synthesis, which is weird because it never uses... AI never uses Synthesis if it is faster. This is Chlorophyll Venusaur. Yeah. Am I baiting Sludge Bomb yet? Sludge Bomb is 177. God damn it. I think I have to sack Toxicroak. I knew this could happen. I even planned for it in some scenarios. Crit Frenzy Plant into either landing two Sleep Powders or a Crit Frenzy Plant into Great Bird kills Skarmory, and I need Skarmory to be alive. So I think I have to sack Toxicroak. You have been a fucking soldier, Toxicroak. Thank you for taking this journey with me. We go for Fake Out. Flinch. Actually, what damage range does Toxicroak bait Sludge Bomb? 117. Now we go for Sucker Punch. Frenzy Plants. I think Toxicroak lives 1. Yeah, it lives 1. Did it really line up everything perfectly? Hold on. Crit Frenzy Plant into Great Bird does not kill anymore, and it goes for... It has to go for Sludge Bomb here. Holy shit! Toxicroak gets to live another day! Actually, how much does Sucker Punch do? Not enough. It would make sure Venusaur dies with recoil, at least. But I can just switch to Skarmory and make sure it lives. And I have Lumberry, right? Yeah. So if it goes for Sludge Bomb, I am fine. Or if it goes for Sleep Powder, I am fine. And finish it off, Skarmory. And it misses. Okay. Okay. I think that makes the Cynthia fight a bit easier. If, like, a tiny bit easier. There is no reason to... Okay, Dead Horse has been beaten. I think I need to go for Figgyberry here instead of Citrus. Very, very slight difference. And this fight has some BS in it, just fair warning. Fair warning for something funny. This, I don't think you will ever see this Giratina set again, unless someone else uses it for exactly what I'm about to do. What a fucking set. Still holding up. Use you in this fight, but I'll give you a Citrus just in case. Excuse me. Did you use Strength? Or Ice Punch? Power Up Punch. Over Dragon Dance. This is when Tietar shows why she's the TARDIS. I guess Tyranitar is the tar of the show, but that sounds slightly wrong to say. Tyrannostar is the tar of the I don't like saying it, no. I'm gonna stop saying it. 4 Pokemon should be fine for this. Unless Gallade lands like 12 Night Slash crits in a row, I think this is riskless. I'm just nervous because there's no way I've just won, right? I think the rest of the E4 is just clean. There's no way I've just won. It's not over yet. It can't be over yet. I'm getting something. I'm getting anything. But no, this is just it. Everyone's healed up? Yeah? Let's do it. Lucian? It's time. Rock Zone. Will-O-Wisp? Now, could be Gyro Ball, could be Light Screen. You can go for Spite. That's fine. Now I'm gonna go for Defog. It's 1 Gyro Ball. No more Light Screen or Reflect. Should go for Gyro Ball again. Spite to get rid of the singular Gyro Ball PP it has left. And now, only has 1 move it can go for. It never goes for Explosion on a Ghost type, unless it's its only move. And with Shell Armor, and the Burn, Explosion only does like a quarter of Lapras' HP. It only baits 1 very specific Pokemon to go for 1 very specific move. Critical hit, that's fine. Actually, I think that's good. Yeah, it's good. We'll go for Zen Headbutt here. I think it... No, it's he's killed Zen Headbutt. It's going for Zen Headbutt. Now it's going for close combat again. Now it's going for the Zen Headbutt again. And because I can't let Glade get below -2, because it risks not being able to set up on it fully, I now PP stall it with Giratina. Pressure, 1 close combat PP left. This is going for Night Slash. Might go for Swords Dance actually, but yeah. Swords Dance, that's fine. Now it goes for close combat. That was its last one. So, Tyranitar time. Oh, crit. Big damage. Rock Polish. Kind of Power Punch. Power Punch again. I have Citrus, it's fine if it lands another crit. And one more Power Punch. And that's Lucian. I think Rotom Wash comes in next. But I just drink that. Okay! Almost there. Metagross. Earthquake always kills. Togekiss. There's only 2 flying types in the back, and they're both slower than Rock Polish Tyranitar. 1 left. And Dragonite's E-Speed does not kill. Not even close. I think even if I'd been using Close Combat instead of Strength, it doesn't kill. Crit did not matter. And that's Lucian. Oh, it doesn't mean I'm done yet. I think I like this music adding suspense more. I cannot use the heal program because there is one Pokemon I need to keep at certain HP. Sorry, I'm doing some math right now. Just need to triple check something. It's almost over. I can't believe it. I don't want to say goodbye to this game. It's been so much fun. But it's also been on my mind 24/7. I kind of need it to end, unfortunately, for my own mental well-being. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. My heart's beating so fast. My heart's beating so fast. My muscles ache. I can feel them again. I think I should give you citrus berry. I should give you black sludge. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot that I needed to restore PP. That would have been a disaster. Did you a certain move? Yeah, haze. You knew slash when I caught you. Why can't you learn it now? What? It's fine, Aura Sphere. Alright, the update happened. The update that said Giratina can't slash anymore. This is everything, isn't it? Is you holding the lacking tail? That would have been a disaster. Okay. Where's the ghost berry? Gassib. So fucking nervous. I'm not ready for this to end, but it's going to end. Alright, Cynthia, you and me. That's all that's left. Wait, oh shit, battery's running. That's probably why they were lagging. What the performance issues were. Amazing time to tell me, by the way. I don't know if that came up on recording. It shouldn't have, since I'm only recording one window. Okay, Giratina. Use defog. And that is all you have to do in this fight. Will-O-Wisp. Now, we wait. Now we switch to Skarmory. So long, Giratina. You helped out a ton. You were such a real one. In my heart, you're the best Pokemon in this game. One layer of spikes. That's all that's needed. Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. Now Metal Sound. With Giratina's defog, it always hits. There is a chance Shadow Ball crit, Spideflo into Shadow Ball crit again would have killed me. That's why I needed the clean switch. But now I can go for a second one. Now a third one, why not? Shadow Ball? Yeah. And burn kills. So long, Skarmory. You're number one. You were my anchor. Now we swap to Lapras. With Defog and one Spit Up Drop from Metal Sound, Sheer Cold always kills. Okay. Roserade. Hurt by spikes? That's fine. Now, Toxicroak, you lived, so you get to help out a bit. Leaf Storm, always baited. I don't know if this is still Leaf Storm range. I'm hoping it's just extra sensory. Hold on. Max roll is 147. Yeah, I'm good. Toxicroak. You're the goat of this game for a reason. I'm glad I got you in one more time before Azclat Redux dropped. So long. I go to Crobat at this HP. Always baits extra sensory. I just need Roserade to have a bit more health. So I'm going to switch to T-Tar. Just to let it get a little black sludge. Now, always baits Leaf Storm. So I switch back to Batum Bang. Even on min roll Leaf Storm, Citrus Berry always puts it right back in Leaf Storm range. 222 is minimum. That was min roll. That mattered. But Roserade, let me just double check to make sure I'm telling the truth. Yeah, 222 always baits extra sensory. That was the second Leaf Storm. I'll need to take two more. Baits extra sensory, so switching to T-Tar. Gotta get a little black sludge. Still always beats Leaf Storm, T-Tar. This is its third Leaf Storm. Still, baits extra sensory. So we switch back to T-Tar. Still baits Leaf Storm. Okay. So I switch back to Batum Bang. That's 4 Leaf Storms. Still baits specifically extra sensory, right? Yeah, since it's not in red, baits extra sensory. And parting gift, let's remove all those intimidates. Crobat, I'm sorry I said you weren't much more use. You were amazing. Now Lapras comes in. Safeguard. Always base Leaf Storm. It's final Leaf Storm. 1 HP with Focus Sash. And I get Safeguard off. Lapras, you ran around for long, but you pulled the foot. I'm just kidding, I can save Lapras. It only has extra sensory left. It now has nothing left to damage T-Tar. So Rock Polish. Toxic spikes. That's fine. Power punch. Toxic spikes. One more power punch. Spikes, yeah. Safeguard goes down, but it's too late. Poison Point cannot activate and then deal enough damage, even with Garchomp's rough skin. This is over. One more power punch. Doesn't even activate. We are good. This is it. Holy shit, we're gonna win. There's no way I can lose this as long as I don't, like, misclick. Earthquake? I prepared something to say here. I don't want to sound... Oh god, what's the word? Parasocial, that's the word. I really don't want to sound parasocial here, but I could not have done this if I was the first person to do it. This run was only possible because so many people before me have beaten it, so... This is for you. For Donut. The one that proved it was all possible. Hope EK is treating you well, and I hope even more that I'm not late on saying this. For Magic, you were one hell of a guide. This run would definitely have not made it here without you. Heck, I don't even know if it would have started without you saying, hey, you should give it another shot. All of my videos are on YouTube if you want to use them as a guide. Thank you so much for all you did. For Loaf. Again, I do not want to sound parasocial, but whenever I post a Nuzlocke guide on the internet, you're always in the comments telling me what a dumb, stupid idiot I am. Thank you so much for that. And for memory. For making the best damn ROM hack I've ever played. We did it! Promo Pass! We beat Azure Platinum! That's it! That's all there is left to it! Oh my god. My hands are shaking. Oh my god. Holy shit, this was a run. Oh my god. Giratina. Lapras. Crobat. Attempt 28. This was the run. It was really like attempt 6 of making it out of Orberg. And attempt 3 of me deciding that Magnapole Nosepass in Orberg was the way to go. Holy shit! Is my mic still coming through? Yeah, it is. Oh my god. My hands are falling asleep right now. 9 deaths. That's all there was. There probably could have been 8. I probably could have saved Giratina. But I didn't want to risk it. I probably could have saved Crobat too. Toxicroak. Could have been 7, but nothing wrong with 9 deaths. Saving? Holy shit. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl was the first game I ever played, and it took me forever to actually beat it. I kept restarting, partially because when I thought I accidentally turned off move animations, that I had glitched the game and that the only way to save it was to reset all progress. Oh, it took me so long to actually beat it. And now, coming back, beating Azure Platinum right before Platinum Kaizo comes out. My next big thing might be Platinum Kaizo. It might be going and testing everything in Black and White too. I've also thought about doing that. Wonder if Noah's gonna beat this game. I know they're going through it. I'm doing pretty well, honestly. This should be where I'm putting everyone's scores on screen. Yeah, look, there's... I don't know, Azelf. Yeah, Azelf Platinum. I just need to take a breather. I love that every starter is a valid choice and that we've gone back and forth on what the best starter is. That's a sign of a good game when all three starters, despite having their differences, major differences, each one has an argument for taking it. That's how you know a game's good. And it's very easy to do that with the Gen 4 starters. They're all amazing. But oh my god, I remember watching the anime growing up, and the first episode of Pokemon I ever watched was the Sunny Shore gym fight, Infernape versus Electivire. I think Azure was premiering, or no, it was Infernape versus Luxray. And I had anger management issues growing up, early sign of OCD. And I needed someone to tell me that, despite how much therapy I was going through for them, my school had psychologists and I was going through to outside of school therapists for it, that the Infernape storyline telling me that despite having that, it did not make me any less of a person. The Gen 4 anime, I really needed to hear that, and I'm so glad that it was the Gen 4 Pokemon anime of all things that told me that. Oh my god. The Gen 4 anime is forever going to be in my heart, so is Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. And I'm so glad I made it through. I made it through. My head is in the... I'm so lightheaded right now. Memory, thank you again so much for making this. To me, this is the perfect game. And I'm surprised it'll get even more perfect with Asplat Redux. I need to rest. Okay. To anyone playing this game, you can make it through. The fights seem hard as hell, especially the early ones. The early game is so much harder than the late game. That is just a fact of it. Like, I was fighting tooth and nail to get everything I needed in the early game. The late game was very experimental. Let's see if this works. Just pulling out the most bullshit movesets. And the fact that both was what prepared me for the E4. Like, look at the movesets I got to use in this E4. That is not happening in any other game. In what other game am I using Giratina with Defog, Will-O-Wisp, and Spite? What other game am I using Spite that much? Spite is such a good move I've learned through this game. No other game could probably teach me that. This game makes you better at Pokemon. This game makes you better at Nuzlocking. It's just such a good game, man. Memory, for the third time, thank you so much for making it. I might come back for Asplat Redux, but for now, this is all I got. I need to rest. See you, everyone.